season, starting Saturday, February 12th at 9 on Disney Channel. How was that?
I feel like you've got a better take in you.
I'm Shane. This is Chris.
I'm Chris.
Hey Shane, hey Chris.
Separate those. How you doing?
Good.
Pretty good. It's a great morning.
Good, yeah.
Good. I know. First day of the con for everyone. Was there something yesterday? Was there like a preview or anything?
Not that I'm aware of.
It's just today. This is it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Right. Oh.
Sworn to secrecy.
There we go. Mr. Plans over here. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Anyhow, thank you for taking the time, guys.
Absolutely.
course. Yeah, happy to be here.
Thanks for having us.
What's it like knowing that your childhood stories have inspired the #1 TV show?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's a trip. And it's surreal. It's so weird to watch drawings in your sketchbook and little inside jokes and little stories that you think of early days. You go, man, could that work on TV? To see it actually get produced, actually go out there, and then for fans to really connect with it and continue to connect with it is really, really cool, because a lot of that is outside of your control. We can only make the best show we can make and hope that people see it, hope that people like it. But the whole experience is very surreal. It's very cool.
It's a good form of therapy where I feel like I can work through my issues and then put them out there for the world.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking specifically, there's a season 1 episode called Hi Henry. Chris used to have these ventriloquist dummies, and we shared a room as kids, and he would always prop them up on the dresser so they would face right at my bed, and I would see their creepy little faces staring at me in the dark, and it totally traumatized me. And then we wrote an episode about that.
That's right.
Exactly that. Cricket being traumatized by this really creepy ventriloquist dummy. And honestly, it feels good to know that other kids out there are being traumatized by the same thing that traumatized me. It's like sharing.
Sweet.
Yeah,
it's comforting. Well, it's a vehicle for us to take all of our frustrations or things we think are funny or whatever, and we can go into the writer's room and all hash it out together. And then before you know it, there's a cartoon being made about some weird secret you once had.
It's true. I don't know, maybe this is too early to say this, but in season 4 there's an episode, I won't say what the specifics are because it's too early, but Chris came into the writer's room one day, like super pissed about a very mundane thing that nobody cares about, and we're like, why do you care so much about this? And you're like, I don't know, it just bugs me. And we're like, that's a very
I think Bill would
thing.
also care about it too, and
it's
it
like,
became a story.
give it to Bill, and that's a Bill story in season 4, and it's very funny.
Now, Cricket is, I'm assuming is an amalgam of both your stories. What is it, 50-50, 60-40? Is it episode by episode?
Yeah,
I think maybe episode by episode, because Cricket, the character, is based on Chris when he was a kid. Like, Chris got into a lot of similar things that Cricket got into. But as we go...
Little scamp.
Yeah. As we go along and we write these different episodes, sometimes people will ask us, like, what's your favorite character? And that's hard to answer because it's kind of like, how am I feeling today? Like, am I having a Cricket day? Am I having a Gramma day?
Yeah.
And I kind of bounce around, and that really helps for writing episodes. It's like, hey, I'm feeling very Bill today, and I've got this take. So it's tricky. I think it kind of depends on the episode, but there's a lot of both of us in every character in every episode. And our writers, too, and board artists, and everybody contributing finds these little character-specific things that they've dealt with in their life, and whenever we see that, we go, put that in. That feels right, that feels true to life. There's something like honest and funny about a lot of that stuff, and so it just fuels the entire show top to bottom.
Yeah, we tell any new writers or new board artists on the show, it's like, pour your craziness, your fun kid energy, pour that into Cricket. Pour your sweetness and your kind of naivete into Tilly, your anger into Grandma, your worries into Bill. Like, so all the characters kind of become like aspects of your personality, really. And it allows for us to, again, really just work through a bunch of
psychological issues.
And, yeah, exactly.
So it should be big cathartic green.
Yes, yeah.
Perfect.
That's for us.
It just rolls right off the tongue.
I respectfully say those Disney checks hit a lot different when it comes to the cartoon budget. You're like, did you guys?
How do you?
How do you mean the?
Like, in terms of animation, like I said, like Disney money is a lot different. When it comes to animation, like what you guys are able to do as far as like voice acting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I guess,
like compared to like a big budget
right.
kind of thing.
Yeah. I guess my question is like, did you guys have any like oversee like as far as like the voice acting talent and who got assigned to what role?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We oversaw all of that. So especially in season 1, like when you're building the show out, it's always tricky because like you're completely unproven, right? So you brought the money. It's like you usually start with a pretty low budget because you're not like some heritage project coming in. It's not the new Mickey Mouse show.
Right.
You know, it's like this is Big City Greets. What's that? And over time, as you kind of prove what the show can do, your budget increases, which is great because then we can do more and it allows us to really stretch the crew, stretch the budget, stretch what you see on screen. And now, we're in the middle of season 4.
Yeah.
So like season 4 looks so much better than season 1 just because we've been able to kind of earn and grow and the crew's bigger than ever and everybody also is just better at what they do than when they, 6-7 years ago when we started. So it's very exciting. And then on the casting side of things, that was a big part of building the show. You got to find the right voice talent. It's got to fit. It's got to feel right. There's like all this weird kind of intangible stuff that comes with casting the right actor to the right character. Chris auditioned for the part of Cricket. It was not just like a given that he was going to do it just because we created the show.
And we weren't quite sure either. I wasn't sure if I'd done a little bit of voice acting, but I'd certainly not been the lead of a TV series. So I wanted to make sure that I was the right person for it too. Mm-hmm. But we auditioned hundreds of Crickets, and but ultimately it came down to it's like this character's so close to us, and
it's just based on you.
Yeah.
And Chris would pitch storyboards to executives, and those pitches were always so much funnier than anybody's audition. So it became a very easy choice. It's like Chris has got to do it.
And so I would expand that to our whole cast, our main cast. We had, for certain characters, we had a very clear voice in mind, and it was just finding the right actor who could tap into that and really bring their own stuff to it. But like Mary-Eve, who plays Tilly, we always pitched Tilly as kind of like a lower voice. We still kind of pitch her that way, like when we're doing board pitches.
They're lying to you.
Oh my gosh, it's Bob Jones. Then Mary-Eve came in and she did this higher pitched Tilly, and it was just hilarious.
It was just so funny that we knew, like, that's it. Yeah. When it works, we're like, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
When Bob came in and to do Bill, it was just, he was so warm and sweet and just like earnest that we're like, that's the dad.
Yeah.
When Artemis came in, it was like a no-brainer. It's like, so funny, just like so much energy. And Zeno, as Remy, was a harder find, but once we landed on him, he not only was like the right fit, but he unlocked things in the character that were like, oh, now like I get who Remy is. I don't know if I fully knew until Zeno came on, and we're just like, that it all kind of clicked into place.
I'm glad that Disney took that chance, and now we are where we are with you guys. It's that 4th season, potentially a movie and everything coming up. So congrats on that 4th season.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Hi. So one of the relationships I've loved throughout the show unfold is Remy and Cricket's friendship. I think it's just so pure, so wholesome. I love it so much. So what has it been like to craft that friendship on screen, and then of course to be able to do that with Zeno?
Oh, yeah. It's great. I mean, I think we could all relate to Cricket and Remy's friendship because they're little kids and they're just, if you were to ask them, are they best friends? They would both say yes without a hesitation. If you ask them, will you remain friends forever? They would both say yes without hesitation. I think we all remember that and it hits different when you're a kid. As we get older, with different people kind of come into our lives and go, and you realize relationships change, but they are so pure, they're so in the moment, and it's been great watching their relationship even change a bit as the Greens now have moved to the country, and fans have seen the last couple episodes like The Move or Junk Mountain. We've seen Remy kind of now step up and give these great motivational speeches to Cricket, where Cricket all of a sudden is now feeling a little down, and early on the roles were kind of reversed. So they definitely seem to pull out the best aspects in each other. They're very different, but they're very similar, and I love their relationship just as much as you do. I get it.
Yeah, it's great. And how do you think, what are your biggest hopes for them now that Remy is sort of like the fifth green?
Yeah. Maybe 6th. I don't know where Gloria fits into that. But like Gloria is living with the Greens, which is
now with Nancy. Their family is ever expanding.
That it is. It's the original title for the show was Country Club, and which, well, granted, not a great title. When you Google that, it's not good.
Yeah, it's really hard to find.
But what I like about that is the idea was this family moves to town, and due to their like heartwarming, neighborliness, their family grows and they start kind of pulling people into their circle. And that's such a nice feeling when you kind of like are the surrogate kid to like another family. Like, you can't get roped in, you spend holidays, and like there's a nice feeling. And we knew we wanted that to be the trajectory of like the whole show. So looking at where we're at now, like the end of season 3 and even season 4 and beyond, it's kind of about like pulling in these people. And Gloria's living with the Greens. Remy's basically over there every day. Like, it's nice to see their family kind of grow over time. And I think we've got some really fun stuff planned for Remy and also Vasquez. I love the Vasquez-Remy dynamic. There's something really funny about their relationship. Vasquez is so like just endearingly protective of Remy, and Remy has gone through a lot of growth and is continuing, especially in the country episodes. He's way outside of his comfort zone. There's an episode coming up this weekend called Farmer Remy, where Remy really stretches his boundaries of like what he's comfortable with in this country farm setting. Like, he's a city boy, he's never been out here. He's like gonna milk a cow, and it goes terribly wrong. But there's a lot of fun, and Remy gets a lot of change and growth coming up. Yeah. Do we have time for one more? Hey, we met over Zoom, right? Didn't you interview us one time? Okay, 1 minute.
It's nice to meet you now. Also, I like are you from West Virginia?
Yeah, originally from.
Oh, yeah. Our oldest brother lives in.
Yeah.
Okay, our oldest brother lives in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And then,
It's fun. We go out there.
we
It's
were,
great.
we were just there.
So, as going into your 4th season and being a more established show, have you found that you can take a little more, not really risks, but do a little more stuff than you were able to do the first season?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think even just going to the country is a huge risk, especially production-wise. Animation, like a TV pipeline, the way it works is you reuse assets. You go to the same locations, you reuse the same characters. Moving to the country, it's like rebooting the show. It's completely new. So that's a tremendous risk and hard for the production to do. But luckily, like, we had Disney behind us, the crew was behind us. Everybody got really energized by switching things up. Because we've written 160 episodes at that point, wherever we landed, and it was a ton of episodes, and it was great to just completely refresh the show with new characters, new locations. It really got everybody excited. So it was a risk, but I think one that I hope paid off. I hope the fans enjoy it. We loved it. The crew has loved it, and it's just provided a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, early on, everyone's a little scared. Something new, is this going to work? Are people going to like this? As the show came out and the fan base started to grow, it proves that, okay, whatever we're doing is working. And now, we're at a point where we really, to Disney's credit, they really allow us to do what we want to do. And it's been so fun to have that freedom. It's been so fun to have that trust. And the crew feels it too. We all get to just dive in and make the funniest, weirdest cartoons we can make. And as the show goes on, we're always trying to top what we've done. So yeah, we're getting like riskier in season 4, but in a way we're just trying to entertain ourselves and trying to keep it fresh and weird. And if we're asking like, can we pull this off, or are we allowed to do this? Like, then we're on the right track. Yeah.
So let's get some more merchandise in there too.
Please. Yeah, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
Dream guest star voice. Jack, gotta pick one.
Okay.
I have 2.
Then pick 2.
Okay.
I'd say I would love, and I don't know if this has ever happened, but Jack Black and Steve Martin. Love, big fans of both. They're absolutely phenomenal. So funny.
Yeah.
Any dream?
This is just who comes to the top of my head. I don't know if this is, but this would be really fun. Steve-O would be hilarious. His voice is iconic.
We've talked about that. We just got to write
insane.
We got to write him in. We got to find the right role to make it. But we should make that happen.
Right. And then, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna put it out there. Jamie Lee Curtis would be amazing.
Yes.
Episode.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I know. Yes. But there's so many people we'd love to work with. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
Love that shirt, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Great questions.
Right. Yeah. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's fresh.